because as I explained before, she was the one that looked after me up until the age of 12. But I suppose my inspiration after that, when I came to the UK at the age of 12, is my mom. She was the one that really taught me to read and write and to really started to cook on gas. So I gotta say that most of my inspiration, even though I talk a lot about my grandmother, but my mom played a big part in actually helping my life when I really struggled, because when I was in school you could only be two things. You could only be the bad boy because you can't read or write and you're gonna try and show off and get some kudos that way. Or you can be a nerd and just always have the books in your hand. And unfortunately for me in school, I was the nerd because I wanted to catch up so much. So always in the library, always reading. So got a bit bullied when I was in school because I couldn't do the curriculum thing. And my mom saw that and decided to teach me at home. So I would say that my business really comes from the fact that I had a fantastic mom who gave me all the attention and sort of helped me to make it.
Really good. Yeah, it's all about the family connection, man. I want to ask you about with the business, it's grown so quickly, in the sense that you've got the juices, you've got all the different kind of variations of reggae. Are there anyone that didn't work out that you banked on? But you just realized?
Absolutely. You know, there is, because we talked about that it's about Caribbean food, and we talked about the integrity of the brand, that the people are not just buying the sauce. We think they're buying a little bit of who I am as well as a person. And with Caribbean food, we know that it's not everything that is allowed. You're going to be really look very carefully and choose very carefully. We did a range of sandwiches about 3 years ago when we first came out. And that did work because I can't think of no Caribbean sandwich. And we learned from that, you know, just because you are Levi Roots and you have the attention of people of Caribbean, you can't just do anything like that. It has to be what people understand as Caribbean. And now we have this mantra that if I don't wear it, you know, eat it, or musically sing it or rap it, then it's not a Levi Roots type thing. So that's how now we monitor very carefully what we have on the brand.
Brilliant. So authenticity on that brand, you have to be true to treat yourself, like I said earlier. Okay, any more questions from the floor? Yes, okay, we've got the lady near the front.
What is it your goals in a couple of years? What is it your goals in a couple of years?
Oh, my goals, that's a brilliant, Lord of mercy. Well, the extension of the brand for me is crucial, you know, for me, even though I think that we've got to a point over the past 6 years, but we're still only UK based, really. We haven't really gone outside of the UK on a massive score. So for us, it's about extending the brand. You know, we know that America is the holy grail of business. You know, I would love to be able to get my brand there and to make it work over there. But again, I would have to rely closely on my mentor, Peter, because there isn't a dragon then over there with me jumping out with a guitar and things like that. So we would have to start completely from scratch. And that's when the mentoring comes into it, that he will be able to sort of help me to point in the right direction so that we don't, like, for instance, go for the whole of America. Because we know that most of the time it's only the East and West Coast that matters, because that bit in the middle, nothing really works there, especially with Caribbean. But we'll work with, you know, with the East Coast and the West Coast, and you know, stick with my mentor and listen to what he says.
Brilliant. Okay, question over here.
Hey Levi, when is Levi the movie going to come out? Levi
I like you. Well, you know, I had great fun playing a small part in another hood. We saw another hood in the film. I had a great, and I love doing that. So, you know, for me, it would be great to get involved in more television and more movies. I would really like that. I don't know if that's a part for me to, you know, for me to pursue, but whenever it comes up that I'm on TV with a camera in front of me, because of my musical background, my extravagance, I just love that, you know. So more roles, I'm loving it.
Do you ever fear sometimes that people might think you're just the face of the brand, that you're the performer and then the business is really going behind the scenes?
Well, that's exactly what's happening actually, because, you know, I talked about how the team is important as an entrepreneur, and that usually the entrepreneur shows up himself as he's the only the only person, but that is not the case. You know, you have your role to play, and my role to play in my business is just being Levi and just being what I'm good at, you know, which is doing the cooking and writing the cookery books and things like that. But as far as how the business runs, you know, and how it's marketed, I have a fully fledged team that does that, and I think all businesses will run the same. So mine is no different. I just go out there and I just be silly or Levi, but that seems to be what people seems to like. So I'll do that until the cows come home, yeah.
I respect that. Okay, we're going to take one more question. So can I take the gentleman had his hand up? I'll squeeze one more in.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Do you know when you were playing in another hood was you the guy with the Superman outfit on?
No, I don't think they would get me dressed up in that. I said that. No, I played me. I played me in the opening score, whereas I was there playing the reggae sauce song, and some mad woman just come along and grab my guitar and smash it up on the floor. I couldn't do that in real life.
Can you play your music again, please?
Sorry?
Can you play your music again?
If we got time, yeah. If we got time, yeah.
Actually, it's this young lady behind me that would like to ask a question.
Right. I know you've done book signings already, but
Yes.
for my mum, is it possible?
Yeah, well, definitely want to sign that book.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That book there was my first book, and it really tells the story and everything, so I'm really proud of it. Yeah, I'll sign it, no problem.
Thank you. Before the onslaught of signings and requests and Twitter and everything, have you got one word of advice that you could give to everyone here? Because I'm sure everyone's inspired and wants to start this creative journey that you started on January the 31st.
Yeah.
So what would you tell the audience?
Well, you know, I went through those 3 steps, and I'm going to go over them because they are the most important thing, you know, for me. Because when I talk, I like to base things around my story so that people will know that I'm talking truthful. It may not be as big as how other entrepreneurs may want to talk things because they'll take it bigger. But I'll just say the reason why I am who I am and how I got there. You know, I said before, being true to yourself is one. Because I'm here, I'm me. Don't expect anything else than what you see me here and how I'm speaking to you and how you see me on TV. It's not a pretense, that's just me. And I implore you to do the same if you're going out there, because if I'm going to buy something from you, I want to buy it from the real you. So that's the first thing. And the second thing that I talked about is just having a really good business plan. And once you got the plan, is to get somebody in place that will be able to function that plan. That's really important. And the third, again, is about staying focused and staying true to it. Because a lot of the time we start things, but we never finish it. And we've got so many plans that we always start, and it's all half finished. Stay focused, stay on the job.
Brilliant. I think that's enough said. A round of applause for Levi Roots. And rush you on to a reggae empire. I wish you all the success in the world. Thank you so much.
On behalf of NACU, sorry guys, before you leave, can I just have to stay just for 1 minute, please? On behalf of NACU and Barclays, I would like to say thank you so much for giving up your time and for sharing your journey and the story with the students. It's been amazing and inspiring, and all the best for the future. Thank you.
And can we squeeze in a song? Is that even possible? You got shoot off? Yeah.
If you want it, here it is, come and get it. But you better hurry, cause it's going fast. If you want it, anytime I can give it. But you better hurry, cause it might not last. Did I hear you say that there must be a catch? Will you walk away from a fool and his money? If you want it, here it is, come and get it. But you better hurry, cause it's going fast.
Just before you leave, can I please ask you to complete the evaluation form again? This is very important for us to know what you thought about the program and how we can make it better. So also, just hand it. We have the Barclays and Nike stuff at the back. Please hand it over to them before you leave. And if you are interested in taking part in the competition, the pitch competition, we have the Barclays stuff and Nike stuff outside. Go over there, speak to them, find out as much information as possible. And yeah, all the best. And thank you for coming. Thank you.
Dropped on the ground. All right.
Unfortunately, guys, you got I know. This is a cameraman. You never know. I'm an entrepreneur, isn't it? You make a video. I'm good. Number one. Yeah, sure.
Ophelia.
James. Yeah.
Yeah, you can take it.
Thank you very much. James is just asked, the one that's asking you about I don't think it's working.
Just one.
There it is.
Just one. Okay, you can.
Sorry.
Yes, me, Open Doors Production, Andy the Blessed One, live with Levi, yeah. Open Doors Production from Hackney Community College. This is how we do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, guys, thank you so much.
Levi.
Cool. Nice one.
Lick up Open Doors Production.